record. There we go. And we are so excited to have you guys on. These have been such great little calls to give you guys some tidbits of tools and trainings and just tangible things, but to keep them also short and sweet so that you are not spending your whole night, on a call, and instead you can take what we teach you and then implement it right away and get to your hustle hours and then, get to your family. Right after this, if you guys want to, Meg is hosting a hustle hour that starts now until 9:30. So you'll still have a good 40 minutes to hop on with her. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to lead this, and then I'm going to hop on that hustle hour and cap off my night. So with that said, I woke up this morning and I just wasn't 100% on what I wanted to chat with you guys about tonight. And then as I'm sitting there, it kind of just stirred in me to talk to you guys about personal development. And then during my workout today, I listened to the National Wake Up Call from Monday. We were traveling home from Florida. And after listening to her call, I'm like, that's exactly what I wanted to say, like what the words I wanted to reiterate to you guys. So I'm going to go off of Rhonda's National Wake Up Call on Monday, which was really about, she was talking about sharing her personal development journey on social media and how that's helped her business. If you have not checked that National Wake Up Call out, I highly, highly, highly encourage you to do that as a new coach. Even a veteran coach being in this business, it was just so many great reminders, but then there's always something we can learn. So I'll just preface that right now. You guys, you will never know it all. You will never be a master at everything. And there's always so much room to grow. And I think that's been one of the coolest things about this business is that you continuously grow and evolve and get pushed out of your comfort zone as the business grows, as technology evolves. So make sure you go back and listen to that call because she really gives you some tangible, doable tips to implement right away, right off the bat. So what I was thinking about was my personal journey. And if I was a new coach today, what would I want someone to tell me? And it's funny because you look at Meg and I and Abby and you think like we've been, this put together in our business since day one. And we just came, right out of the bat doing what we're doing. And it's so far from the truth. Like we grew in stages, we evolved with our business. And Bob Heilig says this about network marketing. A network marketing business is really a self-growth journey or self-discovery journey. And if you're willing to go on that self-discovery and self-growth journey, your business will continue to grow with it. And when I started as a coach, I started with the nutrition because fitness was my jam. I was already doing the workouts. That's Dad's. What do you need, honey? Do you want to sit and do this with me for a minute? No. I'll show you later. Can you go put it away and then crawl back into your crib, please? No. Okay. Are you going to come sit with me or do I need to go put you in your crib?
Okay, Mama. It's from toys?
Yeah, it's from toys.
Oh, baby pig?
Yeah, he plays with it. Are you going to sit with me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, everyone, this is Hayden. This is my 2-year-old, 2.5-year-old, and she's cute as a button, but she is stubborn. So here, she's just going to sit with me for a little bit. So I started fitness. I reached out to Meg because of nutrition, and I rocked that. I learned that. I stuck with that, and I learned and did everything that I could with fitness and nutrition. Now, at that time, our third vital behavior was personal development. And I remember thinking, I don't need a self-help book. Like, I don't need help. I'm fine. I'm good. But it could not have been further from the truth. Personal development is the key to success in your business. Personal development is what starts to unlock those negative thoughts. It's what starts to instill belief in yourself. It's what starts to help you dream a little bit bigger and start to figure out who you are meant to be. And more importantly, I think that goes hand in hand with that is the people you are meant to reach. and the people you are meant to help. Because I think we all have a different niche. Even if you are a mom, you have a different niche of mothers to reach. Even if you are, newly married, that's someone I cannot connect with right now. Like at one point in my life I could, but my season of life right now is a lot different. You start to see and understand the people that are following you, and you start to recognize the areas that you had negative beliefs, that you've had self-doubt, that you've had confidence issues. And when you start working through that, and when you start committing yourself to that personal growth journey, and then you start sharing that on social media, that's when things start to go, okay, you either need to be quiet and sit on my lap, or you need to go sit in the other chair. Which one? I figured the other chair. Yeah.
I want to play.
Okay, go play. So you start to grow with that. And as you share that, you start to share that with your following, and they start to trust you. They start to see that you have those same fears, those same hesitations, whether you've overcome them already or you're in the process of overcoming them. It doesn't matter. The key is to be honest about it. So I don't want you to make the same mistake that I did and make personal development if I have time, then I will. Or make it sound or feel like something that's not important because there's not this immediate gratification from it. Your workout, you see your Apple Watch, it tells you how many calories you burned. You check off a day on your workout calendar. Your nutrition, you know how you feel at the end of the day. You get on the scale the next day and you see the benefits. With personal development, it's not always immediate. It's not always like, I read that page and man, my life is flipped upside down. Sometimes it takes a year and for you to go through this personal growth journey and say, wow, I can't believe after committing to reading or listening to a book every day, here's where I'm at. Like that can be a huge transformation that we don't see right away. So as new coaches, I want to give you some steps, two things not to do and two things to do overall in your business. So not to do. Sometimes it can be a little overwhelming to start this business and you have this training and that training and the National Wake Up Call and all these things. Two things I don't want you to do is, number one, do not skip your own workouts and your own nutrition. I've seen coaches rock their health and fitness journey and they are on fire and they become a coach, and then all of a sudden it's their day-to-day life and coaching, and they have left that physical, the workouts and the nutrition, and those become the back burner so that they can do their power hour. And I don't want you to do that. Your personal journey is your business. And if you are skipping that to do business, you won't have a business. And it will eventually, you might be able to get away with it for a little while, but eventually if you're not showing up with your health and fitness journey on social media, you won't have people to invite to you. You won't have a business. So please don't skip out on your workouts and your nutrition. That includes your meal planning, your menu planning, prepping foods on Sunday, like all that kind of stuff is your business. Because what you can do next is, while you're doing that, you take pictures and now you have some content for the week. This is where I shopped. This is what my grocery haul looks like. These are the things that I prepped. Here's my meal plan. There's 4 posts through social media that share your journey from you taking the time and showing people how you do what you do. That is the transition from challenger or client, however you want to verb it, to coach. As now you are simply taking that next step and you're sharing what you have already accomplished and how you are accomplishing that. Don't feel like if you lose that piece, your business will start to crumble. You start to crumble. You start to kind of feel frantic. So you got to this place of rocking your fitness and nutrition, and then that slowly starts to seep out. The second thing that not to do is don't not do personal development. Make sure you get your personal development in every single day. When my babysitter comes on Monday and Friday, as easy as it is for me to go down to my office or get in the car and go or start working, I always get my workout in first. I always get my personal development in. Because if I do those two things, I know that I go into my work session with a much clearer mindset. I go into my day feeling more accomplished because I can check off my workout. I can check off posts to social media. I can check off Instagram stories. I can check off personal development and devotions. There's like 7 checks just by taking care of me first. And then I can go into my work hours. And then you have content to post. And then you have confidence and you just feel good going into those conversations when you go into work instead of feeling frantic, overwhelmed, and just kind of chaos. Okay, so don't skip your workout and don't skip your personal development. We're adding in personal development if you're a newer coach, but it's so, so, so important for your mindset. I promise you that. So if all else fails, so if you wake up tomorrow and let's say your normal work time doesn't happen, if all else fails, I tell all my new coaches this, I tell all my veteran coaches this, I've been telling myself this almost all week. If all else fails, there are 2 things that I can do today to focus and keep my business moving forward. And that is to do my workout and to do my nutrition. If all else fails, if you can do those things with a 1B of posting that on social media, when you end up having that work time, you will have people to invite to. They will not be like, well, you haven't been posting all week. I have no idea what group you're talking about. So for me, I might not be able to always do the behind the scenes. Like this week, for some reason, my children clearly do not want to follow their routine, which is already a loose word here with the younger 2. But so I have to figure that out. But if I disappear from my health and fitness journey, if I don't post on social media and don't talk and don't share that with anyone, when I do have that time to work, I don't have people to connect to. So if all else fails, your journey is your job. Please don't ever forget that. Because there are so many times where I can look back, or a new coach will talk to me and she'll say, all I did today was work out and do my nutrition. Okay, that's perfect. Did you share about it? Because that's the piece that takes you from client to coach, is sharing that and being open about it on social media. And number 2 is your personal development. If all else fails in your day and you have an hour, get your workout in and read a personal development book. If you have 40 minutes, get your workout in, meal prep, and listen to Audible while you get ready. But when you consistently do those 2 things as a coach, as a new coach, as a veteran coach, that next day when you have time to work, you can go back and make your connections and just double up on the actual business piece of it. But I know as a new coach, it can get kind of overwhelming as you in this group, in this checklist, and that, and this, and that, and like the list can kind of go on. But at the end of the day, you guys, it's your journey, where you are today and how you're going to get to the next level. And that's really when I started diving into personal development and making that a non-negotiable in my day, that's when my business started to take off. That's when I went from hobby, kind of dabbling in this, we'll see what happens, to becoming an elite team for the very first time in 2015. And the one thing that changed was that personal development piece. Last year, same thing. I went in and I almost quit in December of 2017. I have to get my dates right. 2017, I called Megan. I said, I just can't do this anymore. I don't know if I can do this. I can barely do this with 3. How am I going to do this with 4 kids? And I took it back and I said, I'm going to focus on my journey. I'm going to dive into personal development, and I'm going to share both journeys on social media. I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to set the goal to invite and open that up. But here's where my focus is on my journey physically and my journey as a mom and just personal growth and confidence. So that's what I want to end it with. Your personal development is not going to be the same as mine. What I need to hear, the books that I need to read right now, are not going to be the same that you need to read. So what you struggle with, what your biggest hurdle is, what your biggest negative belief is going to be the kind of book that you need to read. Because those are the beliefs, those are the lies that you need to overcome. If it's confidence, you need to read a confidence book. If you doubt you're a good leader, you need to read books on becoming a good leader. If you struggle with what people say to you, you need to read books about like Crash in the Chatterbox is the book that comes to mind. You need to read books about how to kind of hush those noises out and those people's opinions out, and read books that can help you trust your inner voice and help you learn that what you want, what you dream, what your goals are matter. The hot ones right now are Girl Wash Your Face and Girl Stop Apologizing. And those are great books because she talks about all of those things a little bit in each chapter. And so, if you're sitting here going, well, everything, I need help with everything, maybe you read one of those books by Rachel Hollis if you haven't already. And when she talks about something and a topic really pulls at you or stings at you, that's when you go find a book about that specific topic. Like just in Girl Apologizing, she talks about mommy guilt and people's other opinions and not living up to the norm of a mom or the norm of a woman, or, settling where you're at, or being afraid to fail. And when you start to hear those beliefs, those lies that we start to tell ourselves, one of those is going to like really hit home for you. And that's the book that you need. For me, if I'm being open and honest, it's really been about purpose. It's been about obedience. It's been about navigating my way as an entrepreneur and wanting so much, but also wanting to be home with my kids. And I'm still, unfortunately, battling that lie, those beliefs after like 18 months. Like I'm still there. I'm still in that thick of it, and I'm still learning. So I still just continue to dive into those personal development books and talk to my mentors about that topic. So if you're struggling with where you need to go, talk to your personally sponsored upline. You can message me, Meg, or Abby if you need some direct guidance, and we should be hopefully able to guide you to a book that is that biggest limiting belief right now. Because it can be super easy to hear this girl's doing that book, and that girl loves this book, and that girl loved that book, and you pick that up and it doesn't work for you. It overwhelms you. It doesn't keep your interest. It's not hitting home for you, and that's okay. I can't tell you how many times I picked up a book and read like 3 chapters of it and never read it again, because it just like, I cannot read the 10x rule right now. Like reading about how to 10x what I'm already doing stresses me out, and it just shuts me down. That's an amazing book. People have seen awesome success and change their business from reading that book. But for me, it hinders me because I can't 10x above what I'm already doing. So picking your personal development is just as important as doing it. Does that make sense? Yeah. I know this was not like a mind-blowing topic, but it is such an important topic to build into the foundation of your business right now. Like I look at coaches and I hear coaches' stories of when things started to turn around for them. And it was like belief in themselves. They found confidence in themselves. They read this book. They listened to this mentor. They went to this training. It was always about personal development. It was never about like, oh, I hired an Instagram person and they like ran my ads and I just went like this. Like it's always about their journey. And for me personally, it was the same thing. I might not be in the millionaire club yet. I might not be 15-star diamond yet, but the turning points in my business at these 2 pivotal times when we've gone elite as a team has been the belief in myself and what I'm feeding my mind and how I'm spending that time. So it's incredibly important. And so it will pay off. It's not an instant gratification, but it will pay off. Now, are you guys doing personal development right now? Has that been on the back burner? Yes, no. You can chime in if you want. That I listened to that book. I loved that book, Shana. I listened to that one, and that one was really good. I listen to a lot of like Grace over perfection is a good one. Present over perfect is a good one. Cultivate by Laura Casey, I've read 3 times, if that says anything about the book. Yes, Girl Wash Your Face is so good. I love listening to her on Audible. Her voice is so fun. Yeah, Shanna, I'm with you. Motherhood and life, like that's where I've really struggled. Like that's where my wheelhouse is, 100%. Okay, comb your hair. Oh my gosh, this child. Get over your damn self. That's what Shayna just said too. She just held that book up, and that's so good. Like those books will help you. There is another one, and I cannot think of the name of it. Girl Tribe. I can't remember. But I love that about finding people around you. I listened to that one on Audible. But we have a list. We have a personal development book list, and it goes by topic. I can make sure that we have that available to you guys tomorrow. I'll put it on my to-do list and put that in the new coach training group tomorrow so that you guys can have that to reference to yourself. But always go on Audible or Amazon, and you can type in girl stop apologizing, and it'll say underneath topics that kind of relate to that, or books that kind of relate to that might be behind the scenes that we don't typically see, that are not in the Beachbody realm yet, but have just as much impact. That's how I found Cultivate by Laura Casey, was just looking at other books by Emily Lay. Was Grace Over Perfection is what she does, and I love her book. So any questions before my child eats a bag of frozen waffles? Oh my God, you guys. Is it stuck? Oh, hold on.
What do you do? No more. No more. No more. Where's the other one? It's on a table. Okay, go get it, babe. Ow. Yeah, that hurt.
Okay. Any questions? Nothing? No. Haley, how old is your little one?
She's 3 months.
Oh, wait.
She's my little coach.
You see the baby?
Okay, baby.
That's hers, babies. Not my baby.
Oh, I want to go there.
You want to go there?
Yeah. I might go there with that baby.
Yeah.